They'll never tell you this, but Iran isn't just a nation. It's a prophecy waiting to unfold. What if everything you knew about Iran's role in the Bible was wrong? What if Iran is the piece of the puzzle that brings us to the edge of the final days? And even more terrifying, it's already happening. The Bible didn't just mention Iran. It predicted a role for this nation so pivotal, so terrifying, that most believers are not ready for it. And the most dangerous part, it's unfolding before our eyes, and few will see it until it's too late. Ezekiel's prophecy wasn't about distant wars. It was a warning about the spiritual and geopolitical forces gathering right now in real time. And at the center of it all is Iran, modern-day Persia. If you think this is just another war between nations, you're wrong. This is about biblical prophecy, about ancient forces rising again to lead us into the final days. And most people are asleep to it. The story begins centuries ago, when Persia was not just another empire, but a nation used by God to deliver his people. Under Cyrus the Great, Israel's exiled people were restored, and the temple in Jerusalem was rebuilt. But Persia's role didn't end with restoration. It was only the beginning. This nation that once helped God's people will be used to oppose them in the last days. Ezekiel 38 speaks of an alliance, Gog, Magog, and Persia, united against Israel in the final battle. It's easy to dismiss this as ancient history, but Iran's growing alliances with enemies of Israel today are no coincidence. This isn't just politics, it's prophecy. The Bible warns us, when they say peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them. Iran's public actions may seem like power plays, but beneath the surface, a spiritual agenda is unfolding. The alliances are forming, the tension is rising, and soon, the battle described in Ezekiel will begin. But here's the part nobody sees coming. The Bible warns that in the final days, deception will spread, and Iran isn't just building alliances with nations, it's spreading spiritual darkness. This isn't just a political threat, it's a spiritual war, and most believers are not prepared. And here's where it gets terrifying. The Bible suggests that Persia, modern Iran, will lead a coalition that will rise against Israel. But this isn't a typical war. It's an apocalyptic showdown, one that will reshape the world as we know it. It's not a question of if this will happen. It's a question of when. Iran has become a key player in Middle Eastern conflicts, aligning itself with nations hostile to Israel. And each of these alliances is a piece of the prophetic puzzle. These events were written about long ago, but they're unfolding right now, right in front of us. But why does this matter to you? Because prophecy isn't just for scholars, it's for every believer. The Bible warns us, be vigilant, for the enemy prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. If you're not paying attention, you could be swept up in the chaos without even realizing it. Iran's growing influence isn't random, it's deliberate. And as the pieces fall into place, the world will be caught off guard. But you don't have to be. God has given us the tools to understand what's happening, if we're willing to open our eyes. At the heart of this prophecy is a simple truth. God's plan will prevail, but not without conflict. The forces of darkness will rise. Nations will align, but those who stay rooted in faith will endure. Ezekiel's vision isn't just a prophecy for Israel. It's a prophecy for all believers. It's a reminder that we are in a spiritual war, and the stakes are eternal. What happens next will shake the world to its core. The question is, will you be ready when it happens? If you think this is just politics, you're not seeing the bigger picture. This is about the final battle between light and darkness. A battle that has already begun. And Iran, according to the Bible, is right in the center of it all. This is not the time to stay silent. The time to prepare is now. Stay grounded in the Word. Stay alert. And don't ignore the signs. God has given us everything we need to see the truth if we're willing to look. If this message resonates with you, Share it with someone who needs to hear it. The battle is already unfolding, and the time to act is running out.